How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be heading back into What If Goku Was Teleported to King Kai. In the last part, we dealt with the return of Bardock and the start of the fight against the Heaters. So, if you missed that, then make sure to click the link up above to go and check it out. Thankfully, the last part managed to really exceed its like goal, so let's see if we can get this part to 500 likes if you want to see another one. As always, huge shout out to all of my amazing patrons for all of your continued support. This series was a patron suggestion by my patron, Mr. Darkness, so if you want to be like these guys and get your what if turned into a video, then make sure to click the link in the description to pledge. It would really mean a lot. With all that out of the way, let's get right back into this video. Now, before we begin, I need to preface that as of writing this video, we don't know how Bardock originally defeated Gas. We only have one panel of him and Gas fighting, and while it is theorized that Bardock went Super Saiyan to defeat him, I personally don't think so, and we'll just chalk it up to the fact that he defeated him with his own strength. Now, in the present of this scenario, Goku, Granola, and Bardock begin their fight against the Heaters. Now, Gas has grown very powerful since his defeat by Bardock from years ago, so he's able to put up a fight against all these guys. It's hard for a 3-on-1, but thankfully the other Heaters can kinda take the others. Oil and Maki attempt to hold off Granola from getting to Elec, though with his sniper shot, he can easily take the two out and go for the big man. Gas summons the cage around Granola and swings him back over while Elec retreats. Gas now has all of these three after him, and even though he can summon his weapons to try and stop them, he can't do it as well as he could once the Dragon Balls were used. So he's pretty much screwed against all these guys, especially if Goku even needed to activate his Kaioken Super Saiyan form. Granola is really happy to see how powerful he's gotten with these Saiyans, as right now, Gas seems like a complete joke. Bardock says he hasn't really improved all that much from when he fought him last, and is very disappointed. Gas is getting furious on how this Saiyan is still toying with him, but no matter how angry he gets, it's not going to change the outcome of this fight, and Gas is defeated. With Gas gone, Granola says they now need to go after Elec, the man who killed his mother. If they kill him, then the Heaters will be gone for good. Granola goes to get Elec, but a beam goes right through his chest, and he spits up blood, collapsing to the ground. Goku and Bardock power up and look behind them to see what just happened, and then King Cold flies down, with Elec having called him for backup. King Cold says he thought Frieza killed all of these filthy monkeys years ago, but it seems some seem to slip under the radar. Bardock's rage rises as he looks at King Cold. All he sees in front of him is Frieza. Bardock powers up and rushes to King, as Goku yells at him to back down. King Cold tanks Bardock's attacks and retaliates with powerful ones of his own. Bardock is knocked away and injured pretty bad, and Goku rushes in to help. King Cold is surprised to see a Super Saiyan, and this must be the Saiyan who killed his son. He can't take this lightly and needs to transform. King Cold bursts into his third form, surprising Goku on the power he's admitting. He's way more powerful than Frieza was, and needs to step it up. Goku and King Cold battle it out, and Goku is having sort of a rough time, but is able to hang in there due to his instant transmission. He teleports around King Cold, landing hard hits and disorienting him. King Cold does have his death beams, which do damage, but aren't powerful enough to pierce a Super Saiyan. It seems even with his third form, he's not going to be doing much, and needs to go even further beyond. King Cold knees Goku in the face and blasts him away, beginning his power up into his final form. Goku has no idea what King Cold is doing. Another form? He hasn't seen this before. He thought that Frieza could only transform twice, so what is this? King Cold yells out and transforms into his final form. The energy here is overwhelming, and before he knows it, he's knocked down to the ground hard. Cold is beating on Goku severely, with him having no time to fight back. He bursts out the Kaioken to get Cold off of him, which he wasn't expecting. Goku with his Kaioken can put up a fight against a Frost Demon, though it seems Cold is adapted to Goku's fighting style and can put up his own fight and try to dominate. Goku doesn't understand how even with the Kaioken he's struggling here. This guy isn't a joke. If Frieza could do this as well, then he'd have been screwed back then. Thankfully, he can still barely hold him off. Cold and Goku strike each other hard, with neither of them giving in, and Cold seeming to really enjoy the fight, as this isn't too terrible. He tells Goku that he is severely outclassed, even with that red glow he can put on, that's nothing compared to what he can do. Cold instantly bulks up to his 100% power, and slams Goku into the ground. Hey everybody, sorry to interrupt the video, but it's sponsorship time. This video is sponsored by Fandom Ion, who sells some really great anime and manga merch, and a bunch of other cool merch for some pretty cool prices. Such as Marvel merch as well for all you Marvel nerds like me. If you want to get these fine items for an even lower price, then make sure you click the link in the description down below and put in the discount code DAMON for not 5% off, but 10% off of your order. Again, that's code DAMON for 10% off of your order. Hopefully, you won't regret your purchases. Now, let's get back into the video. Goku didn't expect that kind of power increase so suddenly and is plowed down. Cold wails on Goku heavily, with him only being able to get a few strikes in edgewise. Bardock can't believe the enormous power coming from Cold now, and can't watch his son be beaten like this. It's always been this way. No matter how it looks, the Frost Demons always come out on top, always besting the Saiyans. It's infuriating, and now, even all these years later, his son is going to die too, just like he did. His planet, Raditz, Guinea. He won't let it happen anymore. Bardock explodes in power, and Cold looks over to see Bardock, and with his distraction, Goku activates his ×20 Kaioken and elbows Cold away. Bardock's screams shake the planet, and eventually, he transforms himself into a Super Saiyan for the very first time. Bardock rushes towards Cold to help his son, and together, the two begin their assault on him. Cold is pushed into the back foot by both of these insanely powerful Super Saiyans, and with Goku's Kaioken ×20 stacked on, he's hurting pretty bad. Also doesn't help that his power is decreasing due to him going all out so fast, so he's not doing so well. Goku and Bardock kick Cold into the ground, and while he can still deal hard strikes on Bardock, he's too angry now to feel them, and immediately strikes once more. Goku's body is tearing itself apart now, and they need to finish this fast. So, him and Bardock fly close together, and charge up their attacks. Cold is disoriented and isn't going to let this happen, and uses the last of his strength to charge towards the Saiyans and fly through them. Goku then unleashes a Kamehameha, while Bardock fires his final Spirit Cannon. The two attacks combine together and crash straight into King Cold. Cold isn't going to let this be the end of him, and charges through the attack, coming right at him. Goku loses his Kaioken, but isn't going to let this be the end either, and pours the rest of his power into the Kamehameha. The two keep firing, though don't know how much longer they can last. And Cold smiles as this is it, until he begins to get shot multiple times in the side of the head. Granola is still alive and firing multiple key bullets at Cold to push him away. Cold can't concentrate with all the attacks coming at him, and this is exactly what Goku and Bardock needed. They power up to the max and push into Cold. Cold is enveloped by the attack and blown into a million pieces. Goku and Bardock collapse to the ground, with Goku's body burning up from using too much power, and he's on the brink of death. Thankfully, he brought Senzu beans with him, so they're all able to take them and recover. Though, Granola isn't done yet and teleports outside to see Elec taking off in his ship after watching Cold's death. Granola sticks his hand out and snipes the ship out of the air. Elec goes down with the ship, which ends his life. The Heaters are no more, and Granola is happy to know that his race has been avenged truly today. With nothing left here, the group teleports back to Cereal and have a big meal to celebrate. Now, Goku asks Bardock to come back to Earth with him, and while Bardock would like to go and revive his wife and Raditz, he knows that with this dragon, they wouldn't be brought back for very long, and doesn't want to do that to them. So, for now, he'll just spend as much time as he can on Earth with his son he never really knew, and hopefully, he'll see his other family back in the afterlife in 3 years' time. Monaito tells Granola to go on as well, as he'll have more of a use back on Earth, and he can help these Saiyans with their problems just as they helped him with his. Granola agrees to go back to Earth and tells Monaito that he'll come back for him someday. The three then instant transmission back to Earth, and Goku introduces Bardock to the others, with Gohan happy to meet his grandfather. With things settled down in space, they now need to keep preparing for the android threat. They have a year left until they arrive and need to make the most of it. Goku and Bardock train together as Super Saiyans and try and get a better handle on the form, and Granola trains with the others such as Gohan and Piccolo to try and get them more powerful as well. In this time too, Granola kind of forms a relationship with Bulma, since she thanks him for helping them all against that evil Saiyan Vegeta. Granola isn't very good with women, but feels the closest to Bulma that he just can't explain, and in this time they begin to start dating, which is a shock to Goku, but he's happy that maybe with Bulma, Granola won't be so serious all the time now and can lighten up a bit. Eventually, it is time for the upcoming battle with the androids, though we're going to be saving that for next time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode as we dealt with the defeat of King Cold and the Heaters, and possibly a new character because of Granola and Bulma. If you want to see the outcome of that, make sure to get this video to 500 likes. As with that, I'll be able to continue this scenario. Thank you all so much for watching, and until we meet again. See you later!